I honestly can't believe I'm saying this right now to you, but this guy, the Sigma, is not my favorite anymore. I know. I've been praising them a lot, but you know what is my favorite? The Viltrox Air series. They just launched also the 15mm, the latest lens, and in this video we're just gonna be focusing on the APS-C lenses and the 4 different focal lengths, and I'm gonna show you how each of them look like, how the autofocus works, how the images look like, and in general just tell you why I think they are so freaking amazing and why you should be considering getting that one instead of my beloved Sigma. Let's get into it. So why the hell I like them so much? Well, there are a couple of reasons, and one of them is because they, Jesus Christ, almost broke something, is because they are things fell. There's actually a bunch of reasons, and one of them is because I think these are one of the best lenses regarding the price performance. I don't want to use word cheap because yes, the price is low. Each of these lenses are less than $200, and I think that is an absolutely incredible value for the money that you get. And there's other things. For example, it is not f1.4 like the Sigma, and I honestly don't think everyone needs that. f1.7 is plentiful. It's bright enough for your A6000 and even for A6000. And you might be thinking, maybe the build quality is not that nice. Actually, well, it is sort of like plasticky built, but the build quality is amazing even though it's plastic. Another thing, it doesn't have all the features. Like here, I will show you. This one is the Pro Series lens from Viltrox as well. And this one has the aperture ring, it has the custom buttons, click key, declick key of the aperture ring, and function button, AF, MF switch. These lenses have none of that, and honestly, if you are just starting out, if you're looking for your first prime lenses, then you don't need all of those features. One notable thing, look how freaking small they are. I mean, just look at that. They're like 160, 70 something grams. They're super tiny, they're really compact. And the last reason is they're really sharp. Like, here's a comparison with the Sigma 16mm. Sigma used to be like the king of sharpness, and I really don't think it is anymore. Or if it is, it costs you more to have that kind of sharpness compared to the 170 something dollar lens. I mean, it's a no-brainer which you want to get, right? By the way, quick disclaimer, Viltrox is not sponsoring this video. They did send me over the lenses, but they're not asking me to make the video. They're not even seeing this video, so I'm just making this for you so you're better informed on what to choose. So with the release of this 15mm f1.7 lens, Viltrox now has 4 APS-C lenses, APS-C prime lenses. So the 15mm, 25, 35 and 56mm, all of them are 1.7, and we're gonna start with the 15mm. I'm gonna show you a couple of photos right now on the screen how they look like, and it actually gives you the focal length of about 22, 23 millimeters, something like that. And it is, sort of ultra wide. I mean, you can try to vlog with it as well if you want for videos, but establishing shots for videos is perfect. And just generally, I think talking head videos as well. It's pretty versatile lens. And for photos, definitely good for landscapes. You can do architecture, I think, like street photography. Maybe for indoor real estate, it would be a little bit too narrow. I would go with something like a 11mm. So the next one we have the 25mm lens, and actually that is my favorite. It gives you something like 35, 37mm full frame focal length. I took it to Mexico. I made the whole video. There's a bunch of picture examples I showed with you already in that other video. For me, that is the lens to get. If you're getting one lens out of these 4, I would say that one is the one to get because, well, it's 35mm is my favorite focal length for full frame, right? So it's just so universal. It's wide enough for street photography. It is good for portrait photography, like full body portrait photography, travel lens. It's absolutely amazing. So you have so many use cases for this lens, and I don't think it's gonna feel too zoomed in or too zoomed out. It's just that sweet spot. And so yeah, you can also use it for videos. It's, you know, again, a pretty versatile focal length. The only thing is that all of them, what I see right now, is with the 52mm filter thread. The new 15mm is with the 58mm filter thread. So keep that in mind. You will need either 2 filters or 1 bigger filter and step down ring, or step up ring, step down ring. I don't know which one is it. Next up, 35mm. And if I was making this video some 2 or 3 years ago, I would tell you this is the one to get. This is the most amazing focal length. And actually it is absolutely amazing because it is still, you know, sort of zoomed in, but still wide enough. It gives you like 50mm, a little bit more than that, focal length on full frame, which is, again, brilliant and great focal length. You can use it for street photography. Again, you can use it on landscape as well. I wouldn't probably go too much into landscape, but street photography, travel photography, and most definitely portrait photography is where this lens would shine. Also some details, car photography. There's just so many use cases where you can use this. Obviously for videos as well, it works well, you know, and we're going to check the autofocus in a second. I will show you how it works. But yeah, you can get some nice footage with this, a really nice separation from the background, a really nice bokeh. So you have a lot of advantages on using this focal length. And lastly, the 56mm, that gives you something like an 85mm focal length. I would say this is an absolutely amazing portrait photography lens. It's like, you know, if you want to get like half the body up or full body as well, but it will be your portrait photography lens. I've used the 85mm focal length on so many shoots, and I think the model looks the absolute best when using this. By the way, quick note, I'm going to be making next video the comparison between the Air series, Viltrox Air series lenses with other series like the Yongnuo, the Sigmas and all that, a little bit more in detail. So stay tuned for that. And before we do the autofocus test, I just want to tell you that if you're considering getting 1 or 2 of these lenses, let me give you a quick advice. What I would say, if you don't want to get all 4, which is understandable, and you want to get only 1, I would say go with the 25mm. If you want to get 2 lenses, I would go with 15 and the 35mm. If you're more into landscape, nature, you know, some animal photography and just street photography in general, stuff like that, and then you skip the 25 and you skip the 56, because otherwise, you know, you don't want to get like a 15 and 25 because they're just a little bit too close to each other. You also don't want to go 15 and 56 because I think they're a little bit too extreme. So, and the other combo, 25, then I would go with the 56. That one I would use if I'm traveling a lot, if I do street photography a lot, and like car photography, product photography, or portrait photography. Now to autofocus. Let's see how they perform. So I do get a lot of questions on how I record the screen so you can see exactly what I see, and that's because of the beloved Axon CineView Nano this time, because it allows me to be in front of the camera, look in the phone and see exactly what the camera sees. And it works not only as a recorder for the viewfinder, it also works as a wireless transmitter and as a monitor for video recording when I'm doing that, and using my phone as a screen. So just check it out if you haven't already. So as you can see, all of them are performing in the autofocus great. Yeah, they use the STM focus motor, and the thing with the STM focus motors is that not all companies make them great. I've noticed that some of the companies really suck at making the STM motors. Generally they are pretty old school, but I've noticed that Viltrox has figured it out. Their STM focus motors are just working fast and reliable and without much noise. We're gonna wrap it up, and then in the next video I'm gonna be talking about those other competitors, so definitely check it out. And I will leave all the links in the description. There are some discount codes you can use. I hope you learned something, and yeah, if you have any questions, just drop me a comment down below. I always enjoy answering your questions, and I see you in the next one. Cheers, buddy.